Hi everyone, it's Magdalena. Nice to see you all again. Or actually, you're seeing my desk, but yeah, anyway. I did a thing and I even asked you on Instagram whether you'll be interested in seeing what's inside. And there were people interested, so I thought, okay, let's do that. So this is a book I made for a little book I made for my son, and it's about Slavic pantheon, let's say. I included the basics because I am a person who was not brought up in paganism, and I'm the only one in the family who follows this path. So I was never like taught anything. Everything I know I found out through research and contemplation, and as I call it, connecting the dots. But so I don't have like the tools to show to my son, who is turning 6 in February, what's it all about. And I find it also pretty difficult to talk about because I lack like some like materials that I could know. For a child, it's really handy to have some pictures and something to like refer to. And these days there are some books about Slavic mythology also, like for kids. However, there is none that would tell you some like practical things. Okay, so there were those gods, or they are still somewhere there, but what about it? What do I do about it? Do I do anything about it? And yeah, so also with my son, I'm not planning to force anything on him. I try to make it clear for him that there are many faiths in this world, and we're living in Poland now, so he's exposed a lot to Catholic Christianity through my family, through the kindergarten he goes to, and because it's the default in Poland, really the default. So I try to explain to him that there are other faiths, and there were other faiths, and I want to explain to him what is like my faith, but I find I lack words. It's so hard. So I thought this would actually help also me express it to him, because I want him to know what's important for me. I won't ever force him to like follow the same path, but I just want him also to be able to, if he feels the need for like connecting to a divine presence, that he would have the means, that he wouldn't be like lost and confused. So that was my motivation for this one. It will be a birthday present from me to him. And yeah, so this is like the whole reason. And I put like really simple stuff here, and the format is too big for my camera holder. Oh, wait a minute, maybe like that. My arms aren't too long. So so I found some, there are some pictures that I painted myself. I mean, scanned them and printed them out, and some that I found on the internet. And I really wrote the basics because, he's 6, so he needs not too much information and simple, presented in a simple way. And I made sure to always write what this deity can help him with. Plus what their like attributes are, and animals associated, and elements and so on. It's also something that, in terms of Slavic mythology, you can argue till you die and you won't have like satisfactory answer about like day of the week for this deity. I developed my system through the last couple of years, and that's what I put in here, but this is just for, you know, just for it to, for the reference, and I'm not saying this is right. But yeah, so I started with Makos, who many us like believe to be the personification of Mother Earth. And I decided, yeah, I will start with her. And then I left 2 pages to add something. Maybe he will want to, yeah, and I didn't have my regular glue back then, so that's why the ripples, but yeah, whatever. So when he wants to add something himself, or maybe put in some prayers, he will have space for that. Then there is Svaruk, the god of the sky and of craftsmen. And just to give you some examples how I went about it, like I wrote that he's like, he helps in crafting, building, like Stasio loves building from Lego or other building blocks. So he would like get the idea, that he helps in like being sure of yourself and knowing your worth, and also he helps to see the situation from the distance, you know, from above, and to be objective and something like that. Yeah, so I found like really cool. I went to a stationery store, and they had those like papers with some motifs, and I found them perfect for this purpose, because yeah, you clearly see it's the god of the sky. And then again, space here, and there's Gigilia, so the goddess of love and family, related to the stars, to star Venus, so I put a lot of stars, and to the trees and birds. So other examples here. Yeah, I added like colors, and this is like my associations, because I see her with white and with pink, and that's just my thing. I wouldn't like argue with anyone who said it's green. I also think her color is kind of green because of the trees, and she has green eyes here, but a digression. So yeah, other example here is like she's related to Venus, to Venus star, or star planet, and she's related to living water and the tree, and she takes care of mothers. So possibly if he was like worried about me, my health or anything, he could turn to her for like support, something like that. And yeah, like she teaches to love ourselves and others. She helps with understanding what we really want. So what is our desire of our heart? And she takes care of us and the family. And there is more like both plants, like rose and lily, and the tree, linden tree, and animals. It's mostly birds. So a swan, a dove, a cuckoo, and this is not a bird, but it flies. Oh, ladybug, yeah. So yeah, and I had this one, yeah, found it on the internet a long time ago, and I really love it as her portrait, so I just put it in here. But he still has space if he wants to add anything. And then I went to make pages about Veles or Taniya, so the Lord of the Underground, and he takes care of grandpas, so he understands, you know, like really simple concepts. Okay, he has horns on his head, and he also takes care of the souls after people die. And I really wanted to put it here because my son is, for a couple of years now, he's been really like interested and concerned about what happens with our family once they die, what happens to us. So I think it would be good if he had like some concept to connect to it. So yeah, what did I write here? Because I didn't say. So with Makos, the goddess of the earth, I wrote that she helps with understanding where our place is and what's our like, how to translate it well, like, it's not like, oh, your place is there. It's just, oh, this is my place. This is where I belong. Okay, that's what I meant. Then, like, she helps understand our strength and what's our strength, what we are good at. With Veles, it was like he helps us understand what we are afraid of and to like get wisdom through it. Also to communicate with others and express our thoughts, and also very practical because he was believed to be like a bit like Hermes, so also with communication, and god of tradesmen, so it's like how to earn money. So if he wants to like be successful, he could turn to Taniya for help with that. And then we have goddess Giovanna, goddess of fire and the woods and the hunt and the wild animals. So I put the woods here and the fire here. Here she is with the candle and the wolves. And yeah, she helps you see what's the core of the problem, what's the most important. So she's like, with this bow and arrow, she hits the mark. And also she helps us understand animals and find our way, for example, in the woods. And she also, I think for kids, it's very important. She helps you when you're afraid of the dark. So yeah, you can turn to her. Then there's of course Marzanna, and the goddess of the plants and the dreams and wintertime too, and waters. She's like she has a lot of areas of expertise, but I put all the herbs here. I think it's really cool. And the waters here, and she appears sometimes as an old woman. So I just drew this in very quickly because I realized I printed out this picture, which is cool, but the face is very small, and for kids you need something like more close up. So yeah, so I put this here, and she helps you to deal with a loss in your life. So you lose something or someone, and she helps you deal with it. because she's kind of like also like a death goddess, and she helps you understand your dreams, and she helps you understand plants. So yeah, that's what I wrote. And then there's Yasha or Perun, so the thunder god. I put some clouds, some rain, some oak leaf, because this is his tree. And where else? He's about physical strength, but not only. He gives you courage. He gives you like new ideas and supports your imagination. And he also can help you deal with anger. And for children, I think it's pretty important, because sometimes they just, it's so hard for them to deal. They are so like angry, furious, and it's difficult to deal with anger. So I think he's an expert on that, to be honest. Like, not only how to suppress it, it's more like you can express it and then become the master of your anger. That's what I think. And lastly, I got Waddell or Dajbog, so the solar god of brightness and order and fire. And yeah, see, his animal is a rooster. And where else? Yeah, so he helps finding compromise and like make a deal with others that would like kind of satisfy both sides. So instead of quarreling, you could try compromise. We are trying to teach Stasha this all the time. He also helps with studying at school, you can imagine, especially something like mathematics, programming, because these days even kindergarten children have programming in some kindergartens. So yeah, it's this analytical mind, this like illuminated, clear, knife sharp mind that helps you with such tasks, and other like colors and attributes and stuff like that. So yeah, this is what I made. I'm pretty proud of myself, and we will see whether it helps me explain stuff to him. And I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please let me know. As I said, some of things I wrote here, like colors associated, this is just my system that makes sense for me. There is no resource that tells you that his color is blue and silver. Like I use it, but this is for my own benefit. And I thought, in a case when my son wants to somehow use this, it will be helpful for him in a way. But it's not like a dogma that now kid, you need to learn this by heart, and tomorrow I will like examine you from what you've learned. No, this is just for him to have something, because I realized that since he is not getting Christian classes like some other kids do in Poland, he doesn't have anything on his own. Like, I want to offer him something that he could use to help him if he wants, if he feels the need, because I believe that every person has a different level of need for the like divine in their lives. Some people just don't, but some people do need it, and I hope this will just be there for him when he wants to turn that way. And that was my goal. I hope it works well. And yeah, again, thank you so much for watching. Bye.